Every year, thousands of veterans return home carrying not only memories of service, but also burdens that can be hard to bear alone. For many, challenges like PTSD, depression, homelessness, and strained relationships can make the journey back to civilian life feel overwhelming. But in the midst of these struggles, faith has offered a powerful anchor. Today, we're honored to hear from veterans who found hope and strength in their relationship with Jesus, a faith that kept them grounded through some of life's hardest battles.
As a young kid, I was brought up in an environment wherein Christ was the center. You had to go to church. You either went with mom or you went with dad. That was the only choice that you had. And as I grew up, we always had God at the center of our lives. And even as I went through the military, I wasn't afraid of anything. I knew God had me. If tragedy came, I wasn't worried about that. I just did my duty and I wasn't worried about too many things.
In the military, it's not just a job, it's a lifestyle. And in that lifestyle, it can be incredibly difficult with deployments, with being away from your family, and just being alone. However, the one thing that really got me through was the fact that I always had God. I knew God was always there with me. And when it got tough, I just kind of stood back and just kind of, talked to Him and, prayed through and tried to remain vigilant, with talking to Him. Because He did get me through many a night when I was away from my family, when it was some tough times, when we were seeing some very tragic events, not just here in the States, but overseas.
I came to know the Lord in the military, and I came after a tragedy, in the military. But it is not the military that causes people to fall. It's the lack of trust in what they said they believed. Being saved is not a condition of circumstances or situations. Being saved is the trust you have in the bloodshed of Jesus Christ.
So I have to say that, God is the one that got me through. And not just before praying, but my church family, our pastor, they all help me get through these tough times, and it's never easy, but there is support out there. You just have to know that God's there.
You need a strong family structural system and support system, and I'd also recommend counseling highly if you need it. There's nothing wrong with asking for help.